Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I am going to teach initial value problems. So let's begin. So 4y double dash minus 4y dash plus y is equal to 0. So this can be written as 4d square minus 4d and the coefficient of y is 1 is equal to 0. So this can be written as in the auxiliary equation form 4m square minus 4m plus 1 is equal to 0. So the first number is 4 and the last term is 1. 4 ones are 4. So you need to find two numbers. If I multiply, you must get 4, and if I add, you must get a minus 4. So the two numbers are minus 2 and minus 2. So m1, if it is minus, then you should write plus, and here if it is minus, then you should write plus. So the two roots are 2 and 2. So I can write roots are real and equal. For this there is a formula. When roots are real and equal, that is y is equal to c1 plus c2 into x e raised to m into x. Fine. So what I can write is y is equal to c1 plus c2 into x. Now m value is 2. So I have to write here 2. Fine. Now let us take this one. Take y of 0 is equal to 1. It means x value is 0 and y value is 1. So in place of y, I must substitute as a 1. Now here c1 plus c2 and x is 0. And here also x value is 0. So 1 is equal to c1 plus 0. E raised to 0 is 1. Therefore, c1 value will become 1. Now next step is I must differentiate this. Why? Because you can see here y dash of 0 is equal to minus 1.5. So I need to differentiate this now. So if I differentiate this, then I'll get y dash, and this is a u, and this term will become v. By product rule, c1 plus c2 into x. So if I differentiate 2 into e raised to 2x plus, okay, keep this as it is. If I differentiate this, I'll get 0 plus, if I differentiate this, then I'll get c2. Now substitute this. Now x value will become 0 and y value will become minus 1.5. So in place of y dash, I must write minus 1.5. Here c1 I have already got 1. So in place of x, I must write 0. So 2 into e raised to 0. Here also e raised to 0. Here it is c2. Okay, minus 1.5 is equal to here 1, here 2. E raised to 0 is 1, so only c2 is remaining. 2 ones are 2. If you take it to the left hand side, it will become minus 2. So I have got c2 value as a minus 3.5. Okay. Now c1 value and c2 value we should substitute in this equation. That is y is equal to c1 plus c2 into x e raised to 2x. So y is equal to, what is c1 value? It is 1, minus, what is c2 value? It is minus 3.5 into x and e raised to 2x. This completes your first answer. So what you have understood? So you need to find out c1 value and c2 value. That is only called as initial value problems method of solving. Let's move on to the second question. Now second question, y double dash minus 2y dash plus 5y is equal to 0. So this can be written as d square minus 2d plus 5 is equal to 0. So in the auxiliary equation form, I can write this as a m square minus 2m plus 5 is equal to 0. So to get the roots, we need to substitute in this formula, that is minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. This is called as quadratic equation formula. Fine. Now, what is the value of a? The coefficient is 1 here. What is the value of b? It is minus 2. Value of c is 5. So let us substitute here. Minus b value is minus 2 plus or minus square root of minus 2 whole square minus 4 into 1 into 5 whole divided by 2 into 1. Okay, so minus into minus will be plus, and 2 square is 4, 5 4s are 20 divided by 2. Okay, now 2 plus or minus I, 20 minus 4 is a minus 16. That minus I have written it as a I because it is a imaginary, and square root of minus 16 is 4 divided by 2. So 2 get cancelled, so 1 is remaining, and 2 ones are 2 2s are. So a plus ib form. So the roots are 1 plus 2i and 1 minus 2i. Now here I have got roots m1 1 plus 2i and m2 as a 1 minus 2i. So the roots are imaginary. So for roots are imaginary, the formula will be y is equal to e raised to ax into c1 cos bx plus c2 sin bx. Now what is the value of a? A is 1. So I have to write e raised to 1 into x, c1 cos b. B is how much here? 2. So I have to write 2x plus c2 sin bx, means I have to write 2x over. Now you can see here y of a pi is equal to 0. It means this is the x value and this is y. So in place of y I must write 0. In place of x I must substitute pi. c1 cos 2, in place of x I must substitute pi, plus c2 sin 2 pi. But cos 2 pi is 1 and sin 2 pi value is 0. By this I can tell e raised to pi c1 plus this will become 0. So 0 divided by e raised to pi is 0. Therefore c1 value will become 0. So to find y dash of a pi is equal to 0, I need to differentiate this. Okay. To substitute this value, I need to differentiate this. Y is equal to e raised to 1x into c1 cos 2x plus c2 sin 2x. So differentiating with respect to x by product rule. So this will become u and this whole term will become v. So e raised to x I have written as it is. If I differentiate, then cos 2x will become minus 2 sin 2x plus sin 2x will become 2 into cos 2x plus keep this v as it is, and if you differentiate this you will get e raised to x. Now substitute this. So this is your x value and this will be your y dash value. So I have to write here too. In place of x I must write e raised to pi. So minus 2 sin 2 pi c1 plus c2 2 cos 2 pi plus c1 cos, in place of x I am substituting pi. Okay, so plus c2 sin 2 pi and e raised to pi. As I have told you, sin 2 pi is 0. Here also sin 2 pi will become 0. So 2 e raised to pi, you will get c2 and this will become 1. Okay, plus here this will become 1, so you will get c1. Okay, e raised to pi. Now 2 is equal to e raised to pi. This has become 0 and this is c2, 2 from here plus this will become c1. This has become 0, e raised to pi. Substitute c1 is equal to 0. Okay, so if this is 0, so what I will get? 2 e raised to pi 2 c2. This 2 and this 2 get cancelled. So 1 upon e raised to pi is equal to c2. Now I need to substitute this in the equation c1 cos bx plus c2 sin bx. Fine. So y is equal to e raised to x value is, now y is equal to e raised to x. C1 is 0 from here. C2 is 1 upon e raised to pi. So I have written here. Sin b value is 2 from the roots. So I can write e raised to x and this e raised to pi into sin 2x. This completes your second answer. Let's move on to the third question. Now third question, y double dash plus 2y dash plus 2y is equal to 0. This can be written as d square plus 2d plus 2 is equal to 0. So in the auxiliary equation form, this can be written as m square plus 2m plus 2. To find this, we need to use this formula, minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, so here a value is 1, coefficient b value is 2 and c value is also 2. So minus 2 plus or minus square root of 2 square minus 4 into 1 into 2 divided by 2 into 1. Okay, so minus 2 plus or minus square root of 4 minus 8 divided by 2. So minus 2 plus or minus square root of minus 4 divided by 2. So minus 4 can be written as I. Okay. So I'll separate this. Minus 2 divided by 2 plus or minus I 2 divided by 2. 2 get cancelled. Okay. This will get cancelled. So the answer is minus 1 plus or minus I. So this is A plus or minus IB. So since we have got I, we call that root as a imaginary. For that there is a formula, y is equal to e raised to ax c1 cos bx plus c2 sin bx. So y is equal to, in place of a I must write minus 1 into x. Okay, c1 cos, in place of b the coefficient is 1, so I have to write here 1x plus c2, again here 1x. Fine. Now this is x value and this is y value. So here in place of y I am going to substitute 2 and e raised to minus 1 into x value is 0. C1 cos x value is 0 plus C2 sin x value is 0. Sin 0 is 0 and cos 0 is 1. So 2 e raised to 0 is 1. So C1 value is 2. Fine. Now to substitute these values, I need to differentiate this equation. Y is equal to e raised to minus x c1 cos x plus c2 sin x. So differentiating with respect to x, so y will become y dash. Now these two I have to use the product rule, u into dv by dx plus v into du by dx. This product rule I have to use. So this e raised to minus x I have written as it is. So if I differentiate this, I'll get minus sin x plus c2. If I differentiate sin x, I'll get cos x plus this whole term I have kept as it is. Now if I differentiate this, I'll get minus e raised to minus x. Now I have to substitute this. So this is your x value and this is your y dash value. So in place of y dash I must substitute 1 and in place of x I have to substitute 0. So minus c1 sin 0, c2 cos 0 plus c1 cos 0 plus c2 sin 0 and 0. Now as you know that sin 0 is 0, cos 0 is 1, cos 0 is 1, sin 0 is 0. So e raised to 0 is 1. Fine. So here I'll get C2, okay, plus here plus into minus is minus, and I'll get here C1. Fine. Substituting C1 value as a 2 here, 1 is equal to C2 minus 2. Take this minus 2 on the left hand side, so it will become plus. So C2 will get as a 3. Now substituting C1 value and C2 value in this equation. So what do I get? Therefore y is equal to e raised to minus x. C1 value is 2. So I'll write cos 2 cos x plus C2 value is 3. So 3 sin x. So this completes your third answer. Thank you very much, and keep watching our videos for more topics.